We'll now transition to talk very briefly about blanket purchase agreements, or I'll call them BPAs. Simply stated, a BPA is an arrangement whereby the embassy is asking the vendor to provide it goods on credit with the payments to be settled every month. You could think of it as store credit, something that a small retailer might provide as a benefit to his or her regular customers. In this case, the difference is that the US government is the customer. Next slide. The BPA process begins with, of course, identifying reliable vendors who provide quality goods at reasonable prices. And we hope some of you out here fall in the category. Once we identify such vendors, the contracting officer authorizes the BPA and then forwards it to the vendor to confirm acceptance. Next slide. Each BPA will have a list of authorized BPA callers. These are the only people who can make calls on this BPA, that is, request goods. Any change to the list of authorized callers will be documented in writing. Once a BPA has been set up, an authorized caller may request goods from you using what we call a BPA call. And let me explain what a BPA call means in the next slide. A BPA call is simply the document that authorizes the issuance of goods against a BPA and must always be signed with the financial management officer and the contracting officer. What we expect is that you only issue goods to authorized callers who present a valid identity card. Unfortunately, we've heard of some incidents where someone has represented themselves as a BPA caller, and only later we find out that this person had no affiliation with the American Embassy. So it's very important that we enforce these rules when we accept BPA calls. Next slide. The BPA setup itself and every individual BPA call that we place against the BPA will always identify a designated billing office. And the two designated billing offices are listed on this slide. They will also be on the purchase order that you receive. Your invoices must be addressed and always sent to the correct designated billing office. If not, your invoices may not get paid in time. So always, please pay close attention to the purchase request that you receive from the embassy. Next slide. And here's what you do to get paid every month. For every BPA call that you service, you need to ensure that you have the following documents. The approved BPA call, which is a document, an invoice for the call, and a delivery note signed by the caller acknowledging that goods were received. At the end of every month, you submit these documents to the designated billing office for payment processing. Next slide. Like I said earlier, you submit consolidated invoices under a blanket purchase agreement once a month. And our billing offices typically require about 30 days to process payments. In practice, it is quicker than that as long as all your invoices are properly submitted. And here's what I mean by a properly submitted invoice. It needs to be sent to the correct designated billing office. It needs to show VAT payment because as a diplomatic entity, we are exempt from paying VAT taxes and we need the evidence to claim our taxes back. And you need to include a consolidated memo clearly listing all of the invoices that are being submitted for payment during that period. The designated billing office will inform you once your invoice has been processed for payment. Finally, we require a payment receipt from you after you receive payment, and the receipt is sent again to the designated billing office. Next slide. And also to help manage this process, we have dedicated staff among the procurement team that we dedicated to each BPA account holder. For those of you here today that already have a BPA with MC, please make sure to meet with your account manager in case you have any questions. So that ends our presentation about blanket purchase agreements. So in summary, next slide, I'd like to emphasize the following key points. The US Embassy spends a good amount of money in procurement of goods and services in the local economy. We promote fair and open competition, which is why you're here. And any qualified and competent business may respond to our solicitations. It's not complicated, and you don't need any inside connections. Before we begin our Q&A session, let me once again thank all of you for coming out today to attend this event. We hope to get a chance to meet with you one-on-one, learn about your business, and hopefully build a mutually beneficial business relationship.